Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over. What the fuck are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do?
Welcome to Forget Work, Watch Films with your hosts, Tony Howe, Thomas Connors, and Robert Connors.
Greetings, everybody, and welcome to... He's making me laugh. Does it on purpose? That's Tom being a fool. So I just want to say welcome to Forget Work, Watch Film. During these cold winter nights when it gets dark and cold, we're all sat here with cups of tea. Not me, I've got my iron brew. Obviously, we're heading into that sort of jingle bells, snowman, Christmas feeling coming soon, but...
Coming soon?
Not yet. We've just started. So, what I want to do is start off with a few things that we've just watched, which are new trailers that are out. So we've got Bond, we've got Black Widow, and we've got Mulan. So let's take them one at a time. So, have you seen all these guys?
Hi everyone.
Oh yeah, I forgot to do that. Well, everybody should know who we are by now. Everybody should know. I'm sat with Tom, I'm sat with Rob, and who else would I be sat with? So yes, obviously all the guys are here. I do apologise, I just wanted to dive straight into it. But the usual crew are here. Yeah. So
it's been a while since Tony hosted one.
It has been, actually.
In fact, last one we went to do when he hosted it, he forgot to press record.
We did, like 20 minutes, and then I realised that we'd not unpaused it.
Yeah.
But so we talked for ages. Tom obviously didn't speak during that entire one, so it was probably one of his best.
You know what the saying is, though, don't you? Podcast first, ask questions later. Straight to it, great, let's do it.
Alright, get straight into shit. Right, so have you seen these trailers, guys?
No.
You've not seen them yet? I thought you'd seen them.
No, I have, but I haven't seen Mulan.
That
only dropped. Today's Thursday, the 5th of December, and
right.
It dropped earlier, and I haven't watched it yet.
So we'll not argue too much on Mulan. What are you doing with your face?
Yeah, I'm just rubbing my eyes.
Right, so we've seen Bond, we've seen Black Widow. Me and Tom have seen Mulan. What do you think
I've
to any of
these?
these?
Watched Mulan. Well, where do we start?
We'll start with Bond.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. Obviously, Daniel Craig's last film. There's a lot of things in the trailer, but it's a funny one for me because I think Bond is a little bit tired, right? In my opinion, but do you look at Mission Impossible and Bond as similar films?
No,
because that's the thing. You've got a spy in an action-packed movie, and it's a franchise.
I mean, I suppose you could say they're very similar things. Action, spy, going to different cities.
But this is people are saying Mission Impossible's run its course. You know, like I think they're all right, not special. But this is the 25th Bond film, I think. So what is going to be new in this? If you're a Bond fan, you're a Bond fan. I don't think you're going to change people's minds tomorrow. I watched the trailer and thought looked a little bit iffy, looked a little bit odd.
I watched the trailer, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not the biggest Bond fan. I liked Skyfall. I thought it were okay. I thought Spectre was absolutely... It were crap.
Do you know what? Spectre were one of the worst films I've watched in the last 10 years. It was horrendous.
I just got to the end of this trailer and just thought, it just looks like a Bond film. It looked like the last three that have come out. But each their own. I'm sure if there were a trailer for a film I were excited about come out, then it you know what I mean? I'd be buzzing for it.
What I find
Bond's just not really my
the
thing.
intriguing thing of what they've done, because I do like Bond.
What, black female blonde?
No, what they've done with these Daniel Craig Bonds is they're all connected. So they all there's a connection between them all. Yeah. So what used to happen was, if you remember with all the other Bonds, they would be really just a specific story, specific villain, specific Bond girl.
Oh yeah, because that Blofeld, the bad guy, Christoph Waltz, he's in it, isn't it?
And it's the same lass
Yeah.
from Spectre.
Although, is there not a James?
What is the love interest?
Yeah.
Is there not a James Bond from back in the day where he gets married and she gets killed in next film?
No, that was the
Or does she die in the
one
same
that
film?
they did with the guy who's an Australian actor, and it was just a one-off, and she dies straight away. Gets married in
I think
the
it's
first
from
5
Russia with
minutes.
Love, isn't it?
No, it's
Her Majesty's Secret
Her
Service.
Majesty's
Yeah.
on Her Majesty's Secret Service.
I knew it was
that's
that era. I think
But these Daniel Craig ones, which they've not done before, they sort of connected them. So first one, Casino Royale, then the second one
Quantum of Solace.
Quantum of Solace followed on from that storyline where he was seeking the villain and the lass
yeah.
from that, and then when he got to Spectre, everybody was supposed to have been connected from them first 3. And now it's carried on, like you said, Christoph Waltz is in it again, it's the same love interest, which is an intriguing thing to do, but what you guys have said, I totally agree with how you rate those previous films.
Yeah, it's a weird one, Bond, because you know when I think about it, like, I'm sat now thinking of Skyfall and thinking, you know what, I kind of want to watch it again. I've only seen it once.
Yeah, Skyfall were alright.
It was very Dark Knight inspired. It was because there were scenes taking place in the city, and the sound, the score of the film, where there were like a siren slowly playing as you knew something were about to happen. Like, was it in the British the embassy where there's like a court meeting going off, and it was very, very similar to when the Dark Knight, where there was the parade and the Joker was secretly in. It had very, very strong similarities, I thought.
I mean, the classic and Daniel Craig's mint, and when you're thinking of action and all, you think, yeah, you know what, I won't mind getting into it. But then I watch him and I think, this is the same with me for Star Wars, and I think this is the crux of everything. You know, when I'm watching it, I just think to myself, I'm not a Bond fan. Do you know what I mean? You want to enjoy him, but you just think...
I think the problem with Bond is it's a well-respected franchise.
Yeah.
It's one of those franchises that's been going for a long time. It's very British. And I think for what they've done recently, for how they had to reclaim it from when Bourne basically kicked its arse.
Which is, like, I said this on my podcast a few weeks ago, now Casino Royale is basically it's a result, it's a product of Bourne, isn't it?
It's a reboot.
Yeah, no, it is a reboot, but it's grown from Bourne, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everything about that film is
Yeah,
Bourne.
we sort of like fights, we sort of like pencils and stuff.
Is
Definitely
it clarified that this is Daniel Craig's last one?
Yes.
100% is.
And I think it is the right time for him to go.
Although actually, this watching this trailer today, it's obviously, we already know it is, but you're watching it knowing it is Daniel Craig's last film, which we were having this discussion earlier. So what you're saying is Daniel Craig's movies carry on. Will it be a conscious handover at the end of this film, or will it just finish? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's an interesting point. I never thought of that.
Will Daniel Craig die, and the last who's in the trailer who's 00? Have you seen it? Will she take the mantle?
That's what I said.
The thing
female
is, which I
Black
think they've
Bond.
never really harkened upon, other than in GoldenEye, is that there are other 00 agents.
Yeah.
And I think also the fact is that, obviously, other than the name, 007 can be anybody.
Yeah, it's just a code name.
But because I think what they tried to harken on in one of them was that Bond was just an identity. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you became 007, you're basically like a man in black. You got your identity erased and you became James Bond.
I see what you're saying. So you would have another 007 agent, but
they'll never get rid of Bond name because there's too much attached to it.
But you wouldn't have a Jane Bond. Do you know what I mean?
No, I wouldn't, and I'm not being sexist.
No, that's what you're saying. I just
don't think there's any point to
We'll get
that.
another 007, that's fine. But to redo James Bond himself is different, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're two different platforms, aren't they?
So, you're not looking forward to that film? You are? You watch it, you'll wait for it to come out
If
on video?
I'm free and it's on, I'll watch it. But it's not going to be something that I think Bond's out next week.
It's not really like Fast and Furious either, where you think I'm sick of these. They're way over the top. It looks like it's still well thought out. Spectre was drivel.
Well, Rami Malek's the
villain, isn't he? He looks... How perfect does he look for a Bond villain?
Yeah.
He does.
And I think the stunts look good.
Yeah, they do.
Who's directing it, do we know?
See, I thought it was the same director from last one, but I thought
Sam
he walked
Mendes.
away.
You know, he's done 1917, hasn't he?
Yeah. I don't know.
I do know this. But
It's not...
Answer on a postcard, please.
Didn't Danny Boyle direct one now?
No. Danny Boyle was scheduled to direct this one, and he dropped out like 6
Then they
months.
supposedly got Sam Mendes back.
Yeah, it's not the case. Although Danny Boyle, I want to see Chris Nolan do a Bond film. Don't you think that'd be incredible?
It's that Kari Georgi Fukunaga.
Oh, that Fukunaga. Yeah, I've seen
No need
it.
to swear.
He directed it, didn't he?
Fuck you. Fuck me.
So I think Bond, I personally will watch it, but I wouldn't go out of my way to watch it.
Right. I will wait to watch it.
I'm a wait to watch it.
We ain't really got a choice because it's not.
No,
No, but I mean, you won't be stood there on night
Cinema.
one.
Alright.
Yeah.
You'll be like, oh, what's on? Shall we go and watch Bond? Come on then.
When it comes available to stream or watch on telly, you'll watch it. But other than
I'd watch if it come through to stream. I'd watch it straight away
On Netflix.
Yeah, I'd watch it straight away, but I wouldn't be straight away stood at queue on opening night.
Mm-hmm.
Next one, Black Widow.
Yeah, I mean, this is obviously our territory, isn't it? You know what I mean?
MCU.
Yeah, the MCU. What, Tony? You're pulling a face. What
It's him doing some kind of vigorous movement. I don't know what that means. Does that mean you like Scarlett Johansson?
No.
That looked like a rapey move to me.
I tell you what, if someone could rape her, then they'd need a medal. She beats shit out of everyone. Anyway,
It's really gone downhill, this conversation.
Let's pull this
We don't
podcast
condone
back up.
any attacks on Black Widows or any Russian
I'm
agents.
talking about
so
rapey
basically,
back.
I think Black Widow looks brilliant. I think it looks really good, and I tell you why.
Go on.
It's not so much what happens in the trailer. I just love the fact they've got David Harbour in it. I think Scarlett Johansson is amazing as Black Widow. I think whenever she's on screen, you really believe that she's capable of all this stuff. I think she plays it right well. But also, the music that's in the trailer, I think, is brilliant. The look and the vibe of it, I think, is amazing. But the one thing I'm really excited for with this film is, what's the recent women's film, like women heroes film that's come out?
Don't know.
No, recent.
Go on.
Charlie's
tell us.
Angels.
Oh, God.
And obviously it mega flop. And what's the name who directed it?
Elizabeth Banks.
Elizabeth Banks. She tweeted and said, well, if you're going to have a flop, have your name on it 4 times. Because she wrote it, she directed it, she starred in it, and she produced it. And then she came out and did an interview and said it just proves a point that men aren't going to the cinema to watch women-led hero films. And she said you can't point at Captain Marvel and say that was a success for women's films because it's part of a bigger franchise that's aimed at males. And I just think, well, that's not okay. Black Widow is going to be a women's superhero film, and I think it'll be a brilliant. Wonder Woman weren't great, but people went to see it.
Charlie's Angels didn't look a good film at all.
No.
Shit.
Charlie's Angels was not ready for a revamp.
No.
I mean, it's a 70s TV show that was done in 90s and wasn't needed to do a version that I don't even know
So let me ask
it
you a
looked like.
question.
It didn't even look
But
like.
let me ask you a question.
Go
You've
on.
just reeled off to me that it didn't need rebooting, it didn't need mecking because there's been all these various iterations of it. TV show, recent film. Why do you think that failed and Black Widow will probably do well when Black Widow has been in 4 Avengers movies, being in a Captain America movie, and now she's got a film of her own? Why do you think that?
Because
it
you've
will
got
be
the
a
fan
success.
base. Where's the fan base for Charlie's Angels? Because I tell you this now, people who watched TV show are probably dead. Everybody who watched the 90s films probably have a nice feeling about that 90s film, but that's it, because you probably like Drew Barrymore. If she's saying people didn't go, then that's women who didn't go as well.
Plus.
Do you know what I mean?
Black Widow.
So that was the fact, is people walk through the door for that film. Now Black Widow has got MCU all over it.
Black Widow. The difference is Black Widow is still relevant.
Yeah,
Charlie's
exactly.
Angels isn't.
No.
And it looks like a film. So about 15 years ago, we had a slew of films that sort of come out. Fantastic Four, all these other... it just looks like it would have fit in back then. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but would Black Widow be a success if everything else didn't exist? If they just released, right, we've decided we're going to start picking Marvel characters.
No.
Let's do a Black Widow film. Would that be a massive success?
Shall I give you a good example for why I don't believe that's the case?
Go on.
What was that film they brought out where Scarlett Johansson was the lead? Was it called Lucy or something?
Yeah.
And Ghost in the Shell.
And they didn't do right well, did
No.
they? But because I know this character and I know she plays it perfectly, I'm definitely going to go
Can
see
I just point out, though, that this is the first we've seen. This is Marvel's Phase 4. It's the first film of Phase 4. But it's Marvel's first film that is a prequel. Like, obviously Captain Marvel, but that came to modern day. It was built to bring her into modern day, 90s. This is a different... Black Widow's obviously gone. But this is like what happened years ago.
But
I can't see what...
Yeah, but in this... They can do this with any character.
But do we want to see that?
Why not?
My only issue is with this film, which I'm just thinking, like, I'm watching trailer, I think it looks okay. But what's the payoff?
Yeah,
where we going?
Yeah, but
with
the thing is, I know I hark back to comics, but this is where these original characters come from. They will always do prequel comics, so they'll do Batman Year One. They'll do this, that, other. It'll be like something set in, this is Wolverine, but it's set in when he first become Wolverine. You know this character's going to survive, but you're interested to see what happens to this character, and they can do it in movies. So they can do a Captain American. They can do 4 Captain American films set in World War II. Because there's so much happened.
Yeah, but
you can do Captain American films set in as just when he first woke up.
That's not the tone of the MCU, though, is it? We're always looking at the next film, the next episode. Where's the story going? But I don't see...
There's always...
But is that not the case of what the MCU can do now?
There's always a contribution from each Marvel film to the greater universe in terms of setting characters up and different stuff. So I know for a fact at the end of Black Widow, there'll be either new characters introduced or there'll be something that's changed on the bigger scale.
But if you remember, Black Widow just turns up in well, she doesn't just turn
Iron
in
Man
Avengers.
2.
Iron Man 2, but she just turns up in that and then in Avengers. What's her backstory?
Well, they touch
Do you know
on
what
it
I
a
mean?
little bit.
So now you're going to
those,
sort of like find out
she
about
has,
her
she has the
backstory.
flashbacks.
You
It's
know
the Age
about
of
the
Ultron.
Red Room and all this stuff. So if they've got Red Guardian in it, well, actually, I'm not too sure about, because Red Guardian's supposed to be Russia's answer to Captain America. It don't look like Russia's answer to Captain America to me, but that might be where they're going with it.
Well, what
I just
do you
hope
think?
it's not another Fat Four.
Let's lock some predictions in. What do you think? There's going to be a revelation by the end of this film, no doubt. Look at Captain Marvel, spoilers. No, Far From Home, where we found out that that Nick Fury had been a Skrull. There will be something at the end of this film that contributes to the greater picture. I don't know what it'll be, but there'll definitely be something. General Ross is in it as a young General Ross.
Maybe not. Not every film's had a payoff, remember? What about that one that finished off with Tony talking to Bruce Banner?
Iron Man 3.
That didn't have a payoff. Or when Howard the Duck turned up.
Well, no, they didn't have a payoff, but I know... So that was the beginning of Tony Stark, his anxiety and his panic and what led to his end. So that's kind of related to that, innit? When he's having mental issues through Iron Man 3, he's having therapy at end of Iron Man 3. It don't make sense at the time, but that's the payoff on the bigger picture. But Black Widow, I'm thinking at the end of Endgame, when Hulk did his snap, Tony did his snap, I tried to bring her back, I tried. He could have done. How do we know she didn't just appear back in... She could have appeared anywhere. Anything could happen. What if this Black Widow that's set in the past is aware of what happened in the future? You don't know. But I want to know... Do you know what I mean?
Unless it sets the stage for the other Black Widow, which is
a sister.
Yelena.
Is that a sister? Yeah.
Well, it looks like it's a sister in this.
I'm just intrigued.
Setting stage for a new Black Widow.
I think it looks good, right? But I'm just... For a character that's had such a big death...
Yeah, but you've also got to think, do these actors want to play these characters anymore?
Well, she don't, because she's just... I think she wants to settle down with kids and that now.
Yeah, because I think you've got to... Where I like talking about, they'll do this and they'll do that and they'll do other, but half at the time it's dependent on does actor want to do it.
They've been doing it for over a decade, and
Yeah,
let's be
it's a long
right,
time.
Exactly.
they've earned enough money to retire.
But it's set in the past. it's the like I said before, I'm not very keen on origin stories, but prequels even less so. And this is both. Do you know what I mean?
It's a brave move for them to make because they didn't have
It's
to make
interesting
it, did
to
they?
see, but remember we've been disappointed quite a few times.
It's because you're expecting something else, aren't
Yeah, his expectations are always high, and I think we walked into several films and been disappointed.
you? I remember watching Civil War, and I were adamant Tony or Cap were going to die.
Yeah.
And looking back now, they were never going to die, were they?
I mean, if they keep along to that sort of like Civil War, Winter Soldier vibe,
Oh,
we've got
I
a
think they
hit.
will. I think
but
they
if
will.
we head down
It's-
Captain Marvel 4 Ragnarok,
That trailer's got a very Winter Soldier vibe to it.
yeah. Well, I'm hoping Winter Soldier turns up.
Yeah, that's possible.
Well, it's
because
set- it's-
didn't she say? Yes, didn't she say at some point that she's been hunting him down for years?
Well, she says, "Do you not remember me?" And it's supposed to be like a part of a relationship, so I'm hoping he does make an
in Winter
appearance.
Soldier, was like they call him the Winter Soldier. He's a ghost.
Yeah.
We've been tracking him down.
Yeah. So I think we're counting that to be a hit, and we're definitely
didn't
going to
really-
go and see it.
We
Yeah.
didn't really lock predictions in for what we think could happen because who knows? Whatever's going to contribute from that film is going to be a surprise.
But trailer trailer looked really good. I thought,
Right.
especially that skydiving bit at the end. Looked very good.
So we're moving on from trailers. So last time we were at Rob's brought some really good subjects, and one of the things he talked about, which piqued my interest, was he talked about Sonic, and that got my mind going. And it got my mind going about video game movies. Yeah. Now, I want you to tell me, little quiz time. What are the
Hello,
top
game
three?
time.
What are the top 3 money-making video game movies?
Top
I've
three.
got the top 10 here,
In
but
no
I want the top 3.
particular order.
No particular. I want you to give me the top 3
Resident
that have made the
Evil.
most money. No.
Detective
Resident Evil,
Pikachu.
number 8.
Detective Pikachu.
No.
Not even
Not
in
even
top.
in top 10.
Fucking hell.
Pokemon, first movie, number 5.
Ooh,
What?
do you know
Pokemon?
what? I went to see that. That were an epic moment of my childhood. That film. It seriously was the first 1999.
So the Resident Evil one was Resident Evil Afterlife. So I think that was the latest one, and that was number 8.
Resident
Afterlife.
Evil what?
Afterlife.
Resident Evil what?
Afterlife.
Going to be saying that word a lot soon.
No.
Um,
Yeah, gotta rip it off from another film.
Do you know what? I'm thinking a big back in 90s Mortal Kombat, but that can't be on.
Mortal Kombat, number 6.
Ooh. So I've got about 3 of them now.
Yeah.
I'm doing well. Come on. No. I was going to say Uncharted, but that's not out yet. What a doofus.
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider. Which Tomb Raider? Remember there's 3 of them.
Oh, yeah.
Any.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to let you
Yeah,
have that.
in the
'cause
4 of them.
Tomb Raider is number 1.
Yeah.
That's
It's
got to
the
be
original
Angelina.
Tomb Raider.
Yeah, yeah.
You've got Tomb Raider 2 at 7.
Which
was Cradle of Life.
can I
And then
point
you've
out?
got the new Tomb Raider at number 9.
Can
So
I
I just
point-
got 3 of them there.
Circle of Life, 6 degrees, whatever it's 6 degrees.
Circle of Life, yeah.
Yeah.
Cradle of Life.
Yeah, Cradle.
No,
The
no,
Cradle
I'm
of
making a
Life.
point. The
Go
Circle
on.
of Life, things go around in circles. Daniel Craig was the villain in Tomb Raider, if you remember.
He was like partner.
Well, they
wasn't
were like part
No,
of
he
the
was
villain. It was
villain.
Daniel Craig. And who were other one?
He was
Who
villain.
were other main
Angelina
actor?
Jolie.
No.
Yeah, he
other
were.
one.
Yeah, he were. What's his fucking name now? Roof.
No.
I
Another
know.
big
Oh,
action.
I'm on about a little
British.
sidekick. Yeah.
Stephen Graham.
No. From the amazing films London Has Fallen.
Oh, Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Daniel Craig were the villain in first, though, wasn't
Well,
he?
he were like the
double-crosses
love
her.
interest, yeah, double cross baddie. But he weren't the main villain. That was Jorah Mormont.
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
But
Right.
you know, that's actually, I think, yeah, it's not a great film. But like I was saying earlier, a bunch of films that come out at the same time that are very similar. Tomb Raider falls into that category. But that scene where she's in a big hall in a mansion, can you remember when she's on harness, jumping around, taking them all out? That is mint, that scene.
So basically, Tomb Raider
Why do I feel like I'm the only one who hasn't watched this recently?
made 131 million, cost 115,
This is the first one.
and that was the first
It
one.
made what?
131 million.
And it
cost
cost
115.
It's a bit of a
Tomb
flop.
Raider 2
What, so
made
it made
60. Tomb Raider 2 made 65 million and cost 95 million. And the new Tomb Raider
No wonder they didn't do
made
another
57 million and cost 94 million.
And I'd say it's
Wait, sorry, I missed that. How much did it cost to make?
57.
And how much did it make?
No, cost 94 and made 57.
and
Yeah.
it was absolutely shit.
But
So
we
come on, we
got-
still need-
we're
we have
going
got
back
to-
to Charlie's Angels.
We had got
Swimming
2 and
Leads.
3.
2 and 3 video games.
If you feel like tapping out, just let me know.
So, any idea roughly what decade?
Recent,
Street Fighter.
both of them recent. Street Fighter, no.
What about Prince of Persia?
Prince of Persia is number 4.
Ooh,
Made 90 million, cost
Assassin-
200 million.
Assassin's Creed. Wait,
Number 10. Made 54 million, cost 125 million.
I'm smashing this.
2 very modern films,
Oh,
I would say.
I know what
recent.
it is.
It's both,
Wreck-It Ralph.
No,
That's
Yes,
even
that's-
based on a game.
it's not based on a game. It's not
Yeah,
a real game.
I used to work for game.
Right, 2
Right,
very modern
I just
films.
thought of one. Don't.
Go
Oh,
on.
fucking hell! I thought of it. What were it? Don't. Is Silent Hill on there? By the way.
No,
Right.
Resident Evil.
no, we've done that. It was number 8. It was the first thing you said.
Kidding.
2 and 3.
I'll give you a clue. One of them's animated, and one of them is live action CGI. Heavy.
Bum, 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 bum. I don't know. I give in.
Have you given?
No, but tell us.
So I'm going to go 10 Assassin's Creed, 9, 8, 7 we've done them all, except for number 3, Rampage,
Oh yeah.
Is that the
Midnight.
one that he says heavy?
Yeah.
CGI heavy, it's all
I thought you meant like heavy, like Shawshank Redemption.
No, CGI
thought,
heavy.
what are you going
What do you
on
mean?
You
What?
went because you went.
CGI heavy.
You
I
went-
didn't go CGI.
No, you went.
Heavy?
You went CGI live action heavy film.
No, I said CGI heavy. We'll
You
replay
didn't.
this back.
You didn't.
Anyway, you didn't get it.
I should.
Made 99 million, cost 120.
Yeah, well, guess what? I never saw it.
Number 2,
I watched that. It were
I've not
alright.
seen it. Number 2, Angry Birds.
Oh yeah, should have got that. That to me is not a video
So
game.
basically, there were 25 lists of 25, and they included sort of like Silent Hill. There were
Resi
Detective
movies.
Pikachu,
Alt Resi.
all
films.
Resis.
I'm glad I didn't get them two.
14 out of 25 all made a loss. All of them. And I mean, some of them massive losses. You look at Prince of Persia, 110 million loss. You look at Assassin's Creed, like 70 million loss. And the others that actually made a profit, which most of them were Pokemon animated movies. Yeah,
Pokemon.
and some at Residence.
Pokemon.
I said Pokemon.
It's like saying Digimon.
Yeah.
Digimon.
Yeah, I like Digimon. Only made very, very small profits.
Yeah, over here. I bet in bloody.
Yeah,
China.
Yeah. So what I want to, the main point, and obviously well done with that quiz, you got quite a lot.
Me.
Is
I got a
why don't video game movies work? Because to me they don't work. Why?
Well, you're really asking two questions there. You're asking why it doesn't work, but you're also asking why the ones that work. If I were to
Even the ones that work don't really work. They probably made about 5 million profit, which is hardly a profit at all.
tell you what, I'd love a profit like that.
And I mean, they were probably only made a profit because they were animated. If they'd had live action actors, they probably would have made nothing.
I think you've just got to look at the production on them and the directors and the stars that are attached. Look at Resident Evil; they're incredible films. Mila Jovovich starring in them. I mean, have you seen all 6 of them?
No.
You weren't listening then, were you?
I were. I've seen one, Resident Evil 1, and I keep trying to watch it because I'm hoping it's
They're not
going to be
really
alright.
incredible.
And they're horrendous.
Actually,
Absolutely
I
horrendous.
loved the first one. I thought the first one was done really well. I think I tried to watch the second one. I think it just depends on the director behind them, and I just think that the cheap cash-ins, where the studio says get this film ready within 6 months, and that's it. They just
Is
get
it
it out to
because-
cash in on it.
Rob, is it because
What about
these... Well, you've just said your
All
piece.
right.
You've said enough. It's because these films have not got... When you do like a comic book, you've got all this background to it. When you do like another film, there's a script. Is there no essence to these? There's basically a game, it's just about visuals. You don't really have to put a backstory in, do you? Who gives a shit where he
Depends
comes
on
from and stuff? Yeah, but there's no massive backstory.
To which game?
To a lot of them.
I don't know.
I think
Not to hold up. Alright, Tomb Raider, maybe.
Final Fantasy.
Tomb Raider. Final Fantasy were biggest one. Biggest one that fell on its arse.
Yeah.
Seriously, lost about 200 million.
Which one? The
it were called Final Fantasy.
were it like
from within.
Spirits Within?
Spirits Within. That were biggest one.
It was.
That were rock bottom. That lost about 200 odd million.
I went to cinema to see that.
Yeah. So
It
don't
would
stop
not be
with
like
that.
Final Fantasy.
So you're saying that's got like a decent storyline. Have any of them got a decent
Do you know what
storyline?
it is? I think there's a term. There's that whole term of things being organic. So what I mean by that is, when you play a video game, it's immersive. It's designed for you to just not take your brain out, but be involved. Turn it off when you want. It's a simple game. Some games work more than others, but when you're watching it on film, it's not as natural. It's more of the game sold a lot. Now watch this film. And that doesn't necessarily mean you click with it, does it? It means because... So they've done a successful game. If it doesn't sort of flow. It doesn't feel like this should be a movie presence. Some stuff, might work as a film and translate, but you're just not watching something that's been thought out properly. You're watching something that they're obviously trying to sell you, if that makes sense. So if it came story first, fine. But otherwise...
But also are they appealing to the wrong audience?
Yeah.
People who... Warcraft, another massive loser. Now, how many millions, we know this, because we work for game, how many millions play Warcraft? Millions. Massive. No fucker come and watch film.
Exactly.
They probably don't leave their house.
It's a different...
So are you appealing to the wrong people?
Yeah, I think... But like I say, it doesn't feel... Avatar, that comes to cinema, it feels like a big movie. I weren't a big fan, really, but then Warcraft... that's not a organic flowing idea. It's a marketed idea to get you to go and watch it, innit? Do you know what I mean? It's not a right, this is a great story, it really needs to be on film. It's not. If you're a fan of that film, the game, then you'd probably watch it. But otherwise, why would I
But then
watch
do
that?
you? Because the numbers for what people probably play these games don't match up with the numbers that went to watch them. So there weren't all people who play Warcraft would go and watch Warcraft because that would have been massive.
Yeah, but graphics on games now are unbelievable. So when they put them in a movie, does it really? Just because it looks good, does it? I think
shit. You've got sort of a point there, because I think what you're saying is, why are you going to watch something you can't control when you can watch the same thing and control it? Do you know what I'm saying? So I can control that character on screen. I can make Tomb Raider drown herself and stuff like that if I'm in mood. But you can't do it when you're watching whatever it is.
I just don't think...
From New One.
I just don't think it's a...
I want to say Vix Alexander for some reason, but that's just me.
No, that way, where who played her.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a natural translation from games and films are a different thing.
Well, they've got a big blockbuster in the pipeline, haven't they? They've got Tom Holland playing Nathan Drake in the Uncharted movie. You've never played Uncharted.
Exactly, this is what I'm saying.
But Nathan
is these
Drake
films still lined up? There's Sonic coming out.
Yeah.
You've got Uncharted coming out.
Well, Nathan Drake in the video games is about late 30s, early 40s. He's a proper bloke, and his mentor, Sully, is like borderline pensioner, and they basically go on these adventures together. And
is that not like Sahara with Matthew McConaughey? Is that not like Indiana Jones? Have we not seen it all before?
But the games are absolutely amazing. The graphics and the storyline is amazing.
But does that translate?
Well, where they're going with the film, they've got Tom Holland playing Nathan Drake, who's not a middle-aged man, and then they've got Mark Wahlberg playing the old mentor. So they've completely changed the characters, and I'm not excited at all.
Uncharted's a good game, but it's immersive. You're playing it, you're following. It's a roller coaster.
See, look at what we talked about last week, Sonic.
It looks stupid.
Yeah,
so is there any point to that? I mean, it's not
for
even a
kids,
character who's even about at minute. It's like that. Only people who remember that have got like Sega Mega Drive stuck in the bleeding back room.
Everybody remembers Sonic.
That was the first game I ever played. I can remember the day I played it.
Yeah, I'm not saying people don't remember it. What I'm saying is, does it appeal to the kids now who are playing Fortnite?
I don't think
Stop
so.
playing Fortnite, love. We're going to go and see Sonic. Piss off! It's not going to work, is it?
I don't think
No,
so.
well,
Although Detective Pikachu,
it's
right?
just like how
I thought that were alright.
Yeah, but
They were
is that
actually-
not what we just said about it appeals to? Like you said, Pokemon done well because of the
Pokemon.
Japanese market. That's where it did well
Yeah,
because
but-
this is worldwide sales.
Yeah, no, you said
Can
that.
I tell you what? I'd love to see what
No, you said that.
British American sales were on
No,
some of them movies.
So there's a lot of Pokemon movies, right? But Detective Pikachu was the first live action movie starring Ryan Reynolds, Americanized.
No, he has done more live action. Trust me, he's done a few.
No, Pokemon's first live action movie.
Oh yeah, Pokemon. Yeah,
But it
sorry,
was
I thought
fi-
you meant Ryan Reynolds.
And you're saying its biggest market is Japan, yet Ryan Reynolds would lead.
Yeah, because
He's
they were
massive
trying
over
to
there, though, isn't
no,
he?
because they were trying to obviously do it for an American market, but that doesn't mean that the American market took it on. Because end of the day, American people go and see Ryan Reynolds, all Japanese will go and see Pikachu.
Yeah, I suppose it was a good film. That I thought it was.
I've not seen that either,
I think because I
and it
thought
didn't even make it into the top 10.
because
So
I thought it was going to be so bad. I enjoyed it.
I mean, it obviously didn't do well because it's not even in top 10.
what's
And
your
Rampage did.
source on this list anyway? How do we know it's an authentic
It's
list?
from the Tinterweb.
All right.
So it's accurate. Well, I ain't got it just from bloke down road. Just ask the bloke on the street, what do you think will be top 3?
Yeah, I think I don't think it's a natural translation. It's quite clearly something that's trying to sell to you. And Warcraft is a big game. That does not mean it has to be a big movie. The film didn't look good. Looked like Avatar, which was shit.
I don't think it works.
No.
I don't think game movies work at all.
But if it's a story, which is an unbelievable story,
But I don't think there is any like
I mean,
that.
prime example, right? Back in 90s. I don't know if you played it or not, but can you remember Silent Hill?
Yeah.
That were terrifying to play. That were
But
first
those
game.
movies bombed.
No,
Alone
so-
in the Dark, Max
Back in
Payne.
the day, you play it on PlayStation. When pads first had a vibrating, like they'd vibrate, you could feel it'd vibrate to his heartbeat. And if something scary were happening, the vibration would increase. It's immersive. Most people would turn that off because they couldn't play it. Film comes out with Sean Bean. Let's add this here. Let's add that there. Man with a triangle head here. This here. It's just a mess. A rubbish mess. What's immersive about that?
Do you know what I think it is? I think they see a film, have an idea, can't do that film because they've got to buy up rights. So they make a new idea up. Let's call it Silent Hill. Call it Need for Speed. They've seen Fast and Furious. Then they do a film from that, but you've already seen it a million times because it's still from the original idea that they had in first place. And that's why it works as a game, because it's an idea that they've seen from somewhere else. But then translating it back don't work.
Yeah, I think Jon Snow's in one of it.
He's in Silent Hill 2. He plays one of the main heroes.
I've never seen him. I think I put Silent Hill 1 on,
And,
watched it for
Sean
a bit
Bean,
and then turned it
Too
off.
scared.
Sean Bean's the father.
Yeah,
of the first
but
one,
that's
yeah.
probably the only reason why I watched it.
Yeah.
Sheffield Steel, innit?
Whatever floats your boat.
Well, we've talked about that for a fair bit, and I think it's a good subject, that with computer games and films. I think it's one where it just doesn't work, and they should just give it up.
Yeah, but anybody who knows anything about games as well, they've never made a good. They've only made really one really good game based on a film that was like critically acclaimed and sold loads, and that was GoldenEye. But typically, games based on films just don't work. So
Right, well, it's vice versa, isn't it? It's like you said, games based on films don't work,
Yeah, but
and films based on games don't
it's
work.
all about your story and your writing again, though, because Batman's one of the biggest superheroes there are, and the Batman games are unbelievable.
Yeah,
different,
I suppose,
different
yeah.
arc,
yeah,
different,
well, they're like modern day. Yeah, they are classics. Then
different arcs, different stories. But again, it's all about quality, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
our friend, I don't know if you know him, 8-year-old Kyle Williams. He loves those films. Young little lad. So
Oh, bless
he
his
loves
heart.
them. Yeah, bless him.
Well, that leads me on to what we'll be soon talking about, which is going to be Christmas, because bless his little heart, he loves Christmas, doesn't he?
Who?
Little Kyle.
Yeah.
Loves Christmas. So that's going to be our Christmas special coming soon. Can't wait for that. So, what you been watching recently?
Do you know what? All that takes up my time, obviously, we're British with our British twang. I'm a celebrity. I know we're talking movies, but when you.
Oh my Christ.
Thank God we've only got a couple of minutes
Jesus.
left.
Yeah. I know.
You know, you love it.
What?
You absolutely. I couldn't get into it.
No,
I couldn't get into it.
I
this
can't
year.
not mention it because it's on every. I don't watch any other shows like that, but I do watch that, and it's on every night, so I ain't got time to. Oh, actually, I watched The Irishman. I didn't have time to.
Have you
fill in.
watched it?
Yeah. Well,
All the way through.
I put it on at about 9:30 at night, and I tried my hardest to concentrate. But because it's set 70s, 80s, 70s, 90s, back to 70s, I couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
So because it was frazzling,
Don't fall asleep.
it was
get
frazzling
lost.
my brain, and it basically put me in a coma. And then I woke back up, couldn't work out what. So I have watched it, but intermittently. So I'm going to watch it again. Some very iffy scenes. It looks good, and I were enjoying what I saw, but I need to watch it again to give an honest review. Really.
Well, I've recently just reacquired old Sky movies, so I've been watching loads of different things. But one thing I did watch of a morning while having my breakfast, I watched Us.
Oh yeah.
Have you
What,
seen
you watched
Us?
it all? You watched it all?
Yeah. It were very weird.
While you're having your breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? 8 o'clock in the morning, you watched that?
Yeah.
Jordan
it were
Peele.
on, so I just watched it. And, like, you just transfixed, aren't
I've
you?
seen it. What did you think?
Well, does it ever explain what the old... I don't want to ruin the twist, but does it ever explain about what the others are?
Well, if you watched it, you'd know.
Well, I missed it. Either I just blanked out.
No, I don't really. They're all sort of clones of people.
Yeah, but they're in that bottom bit, in that, like, lab underneath...
I don't want to spoil it. Completely.
well, they're in, like, a
spoil it.
lab underneath this,
It was
like,
shit. It was
circus
shit.
No,
place.
listen. I don't want to sit here and say that film was shit because Jordan Peele behind Get Out and behind Black Panther. I like it when films
Jordan
that...
Peele did not direct Black Panther.
What?
That was Ryan Coogler.
Oh yeah, that's it. Completely. Well, you know,
Anyway.
Black Power and all that.
Yeah.
Those films
Right,
come
let's
out.
edit that out.
Those horror films come out, but I like it when they make new films that are like not copies of anything. They're coming up with new ideas. So it's not another Freddy the
Freddy the
Friday the 13th.
Friday.
Is that like a new one?
Oh,
Is that
hold
a
on.
mixture?
How long have we got left? Oh,
We've got 2
Can I
minutes.
just quickly jump in there?
Go
Have
on.
you seen? I know it's not my turn to host, but have you seen that Johnny Depp's produced a new musical? It's about Michael Jackson's glove and how it was an alien life form that fed on virgin boy blood, which took over Michael
Piss
Jackson.
off.
Yeah, I put it on group chat the other day.
Well, I skip some of group
Yeah.
yeah. Sometimes you don't
Johnny
talk
Depp
shit.
he's created a musical.
No.
Yeah, he's
No.
producing it. It debuts in LA in January. Anyway,
That is weird.
Like I was
that
saying,
is weird. So are all songs like brand new? Or are they Michael Jackson songs?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's a good point.
So anyway, Friday the 13th. I like.
We're on about us.
I know.
Like you got on to Friday
Because I'm trying to
13th.
say
No,
that
Freddy the
it's
13th.
better. It's better when they don't rehash and reboot these films and they come up with new ideas
Yeah.
and it's new horror films. So I go into it with an open mind and hope to enjoy it.
The
I
only
really thought
thing
he
I worried
directed
about
Black
that
Panther.
was that it was just an idea and there was no real like background. I was wanting to have a big explanation,
I
never got a big explanation.
I had a problem with that film in that it had a twist that tried to be far too clever that made no sense.
Have you ever seen the one about baby? Right weird, isn't it? When
Yeah.
she starts talking.
Although when
Yeah.
music comes on at end, isn't it NWA? That's very good, that.
Yeah. Because that's when she gets like, she call the police. Call the police.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's another
We're not going to ask what I've been watching.
episode done.
How long we got
No,
left?
we got
I
40
watched
seconds.
Polar
Be quick.
Express.
Well, that's why we've saved you till end.
Well,
It were on actually the other night. I did put it on.
children.
It's very gooey.
It's not
Sometimes
as
it
good
can
as
be
I
a bit
remember.
boring. You love it.
I think it's very
No,
good.
I don't not love it.
Hot chocolate.
I just
You
find
want
it can be a
We
bit
got
like.
It's right weird where that elf comes in. It's basically Joe Pesci, but it's not. If you watched it back, you'll know what I mean. It's like, we gotta get the princess.
Right, that's it. Another week done. We'll be back next week. Tom, you're taking charge. I'd just like to say goodbye.
See you later.
Goodbye, I apologise.